Hello everyone, in this video we will talk about the making of constitution from the second chapter of Indian Polity by Laxmikant. First of all, in 1934, Amendra asked for Indian constitution. Then in 1935, INC or Indian National Congress demanded a constitution. In 1938, Jawaharlal Nehru asked for constitution assembly that should be elected on the basis of adult franchise and without outside interference. 1940, British accepted the demand for constituent assembly, which is known as August Offer. Cripps mission was sent to India, headed by Stafford Cripps, which offered free constituent assembly after the Second World War. This was rejected by Muslim League, which wanted two constituent assemblies separate for India and Pakistan. In 1946, cabinet mission was sent to form constituent assembly. Now moving on to the next part, which is the composition of the constituent assembly. In 1946, cabinet mission formed constituent assembly. Out of 389 seats, 296 seats were from British India and 93 seats were from princely states, which were also divided into governor provinces, chief commissioner provinces. Each province and princely state were to be allotted seats in proportion to their respective population. Roughly one seat was to be allotted for every 1 million population. Seats allotted to each British province were to be divided among three principal communities: Muslim, Sikhs and the general. The representatives of each community were to be elected by member of that community in the provincial legislative assembly, and voting was to be by the method of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. And the representative of the princely states were to be nominated by the head of the princely states. Now the election held in July to August in 1946, out of which Congress won 208 seats and Muslim League won 73 seats. Princely state stayed away from the election. The assembly comprised of representatives of all sections of Indian society. The assembly included all important personalities of India at the time, with exception of Mahatma Gandhi. Moving on to the next part, that is working of the Constituent Assembly. Constituent Assembly had its first meeting on 9 December 1946. The Muslim League boycotted the meeting and insisted on a separate state of Pakistan. The meeting was thus attended by 211 members. Dr. Sachidanand Sinha, the oldest member, elected as the temporary president of the assembly, following the French practice. On December 13th, 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru moved the historic objective resolution, which laid down the fundamentals and philosophy of the Indian constitutional structure. This objective resolution modified the preamble we have today. In 1947, the representatives of princely state who had stayed away from the Constituent Assembly gradually joined. On 3rd June, Mountbatten formed the partition plan, which is known as the Mountbatten Plan. Whenever the assembly met as constituent body, it was chaired by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and when it met as legislative body, it was chaired by G.V. Mavlankar. Among the other functions, it elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as the first president of India on January 24th, 1950. Moving on to the next part, which is the committees of the Indian Constituent Assembly. It had 8 major committees and the other was the minor committees. Most important committee was the drafting committee. drafting committee presented its first draft on February 1948, second draft on October 1948, and the final draft was presented on 4th November 1948, and the first reading was also on the same day. Then the final reading was on 14th November 1949. Enactment of Constituent Assembly. The Constitution was passed on 26th November 1949. On this day, 284 members out of 299 signed, and preamble was adopted along with 395 articles and 8 schedules. January 26 specifically chosen as the day of commencement of the Constitution because of the historical importance. Purna Swaraj Day was celebrated following the resolution of Lahore session of Indian National Congress, December 1929. Now, if we talk about the criticism of the Constituent Assembly, first of all, we could say that it is not a representative body as its members were not directly elected by the people of India on the basis of universal adult franchise, not a sovereign body, as it was created by proposal of British government. It was time consuming, it was dominated by Congress, it was dominated by Hindus. Some of the other facts: the symbol or the seal of the Constituent Assembly was elephant. Prem Bihari Narayan Rayzada was the calligrapher of the Indian Constitution. Now, if you have missed any facts, don't forget to mention in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe also. Thanks for watching, and till the next time, never stop learning.